Hey everyone, welcome back to day 14 of our Express.js course. I just want to start with a massive congratulations to all of you for officially making it to the Week 2 capstone. You've been putting in the work, and today is all about bringing those foundational concepts together into a truly production-ready architecture. In this explainer, we're finally crossing that bridge. We are moving away from simple server setups and stepping right into professional, scalable back engineering.
Okay, let's quickly run through the agenda for today's explainer. First, we'll do a Week 2 wrap-up. Second, we're putting Prisma 7 and Drizzle head-to-head. Third, we'll look at Serverless and Edge Performance. Fourth, we'll build out the Repositories layer. And finally, we'll give you a framework for making your final capstone decision.
Kicking things off with our Week 2 wrap-up, moving from basic routing to serious data management.
Think about our tech stack like this. It's a mental model I absolutely love. Node.js is the raw muscle, right? It's the engine under the hood providing the core power, the event loop, all those low-level capabilities. But Express.js, that's the vehicle. It takes all those common web development needs and packages them into a clean, structured interface. So you aren't stuck rebuilding the steering wheel every time you just need a basic router. You spend the last 2 weeks learning how to drive this vehicle. Now, it's time to figure out what we're packing in the trunk.
That brings us to Section 2, Prisma 7 versus Drizzle, the tale of two titans.
Choosing your object relational mapper is easily one of the most defining architectural choices you're going to make for a modern backend. And we're really looking at a massive clash in developer philosophy here. Prisma takes a schema-first approach. It uses its own dedicated Prisma schema language to map out your database, which heavily abstracts the raw SQL away. It's designed to give you this incredibly smooth, high-level developer experience. But then you flip the script entirely with Drizzle. Drizzle is code first. There's no custom schema language. You write it all directly in TypeScript. It maps perfectly to SQL syntax, giving you absolute granular control over every single thing that hits your database.
And listen, this isn't just theoretical debate, it drastically impacts your day-to-day coding. We've absolutely all been there with Prisma, right? You tweak your schema, completely forget to run that Prisma generate command in the terminal, and boom, you flip back to your code to find a sea of angry red TypeScript squiggles. It relies on that generation step. Drizzle, on the other hand, just uses your TypeScript schema directly. The second you hit save, your types update instantly via inference. It's a wildly snappy feedback loop. And honestly, a lot of developers have completely fallen in love with it.
Moving right along to Section 3, Serverless and Edge Performance, the cloud stress test.
Because how an ORM behaves locally on your MacBook is a totally different story from how it performs on a Cloud Edge function. Just look at that number, 57 kilobytes. That is literally nothing. That's Drizzle's runtime bundle size. Because Drizzle is essentially this ultra-lightweight SQL toolkit without a massive heavy engine dragging it down, it has a totally unfair advantage in serverless environments. When every single kilobyte extends your boot time, being this small is a total game changer.
Let's actually put some context around that. Now, to be fair, Prisma 7 made massive architectural strides recently. They completely ditched their old Rust engine, slashing their bundle size from a whopping 14 megabytes down to about 1.6. That's a huge win. But when you look at cold starts, Drizzle is still the undisputed king. When a serverless function wakes up from a dead sleep, Prisma can still take anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds to initialize and usually needs a paid service like Prisma Accelerate to run on the edge. Meanwhile, Drizzle, at a fraction of the size, is up and running in under 500 milliseconds with native edge support right out of the box.
But you know, it's not just about raw speed. I love this quote. If you know SQL, you know Drizzle. It completely nails the appeal. Instead of hiding the database behind custom abstraction methods you have to memorize, it leans right into what you already know. If you need to write some crazy, highly optimized SQL join, Drizzle doesn't fight you, it gets out of the way and lets you do your thing.
All right, part 4, building the repositories layer, application architecture and integration.
Regardless of which ORM you end up choosing, you have to build your app so your database logic doesn't just bleed everywhere. Let's trace how a request should actually flow. First, a request hits your router. The router says, okay, I know where this goes, and hands it to a controller. The controller unpacks the request, maybe grabbing the body or the parameters, but it stops there. It passes that clean data off to a service, which handles all your complex business rules. But when that service finally needs to talk to the database, it does not call Prisma or Drizzle directly. No way. It talks to step 4, the repository. And here is exactly why that isolation is so absolutely crucial. Repositories act as a firewall. They are your dedicated layer for everything: create, read, update, delete. By keeping all your ORM-specific code locked inside those repository files, your business services never actually know what database you're using. Think about how powerful that is. If you wake up in 2 years and decide to completely rip out Prisma and replace it with Drizzle, you only rewrite the repositories, your routes, your controllers, your core business logic. You don't touch a single line of it. That is how you build an architecture that scales.
Finally, Section 5, your final decision framework, making the call. So how do you actually choose for your capstone? Well, it's really not about which one is objectively the best. It's about what makes sense for your specific scenario. Look at your team's background. If your devs come from a front-end world or maybe Django or Rails, and they love clean, high-level abstractions, Prisma is going to feel like a warm hug. But if your team is full of back-end veterans who literally dream in raw SQL, Drizzle will make them insanely productive. If you're deploying to a serverless environment where every millisecond matters, Drizzle takes the crown. But if you value rich visual tooling and automatic migrations more than sheer bundle size, Prisma 7 is incredibly hard to beat.
So, as you dive into this Week 2 capstone, here is my challenge to you. Which ORM is actually in your project's DNA? I want you to make your choice, and I want you to justify it in your write-up. Base it on your deployment goals, your SQL comfort, and the actual architecture we've mapped out today, not just whatever's trending on Twitter this week. Will you go with the seamless, warm abstraction of Prisma, or are you going to unleash the raw, lightweight power of Drizzle? The choice is entirely yours. Have a blast building this capstone, and I will see you all in Week 3.